Good afternoon. This is such an exciting couple of days as we get to hang out together and talk about all the different ways we're going to change the future of commerce. Little secret, best kept secret perhaps of the whole show. Wholesale is going to be one of those ways. And I'm super pumped to be the one to be here today to tell you about our recently released Wholesale channel. So this presentation, we're going to cover a couple of things. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the value propositions of the channel. We're going to go over a demo. And if there's time, hopefully at the end, I'll open it up for questions. If you want to go ahead and open up the app, you can use the code YTZ. And we'll get a better understanding of what the Wholesale channel is all about and how you can add it to the overall value proposition that you give to your clients when talking about Shopify Plus. Okay, so let's start at the beginning and talk about why Wholesale is so important. Earlier this afternoon, you would have heard both Hannah and Mark and Alicia talk about how we're doubling down on this expanding merchant set. So in this merchant tier, they've already experienced phenomenal growth in their existing market, and now they're looking for what's next. They're starting to ask themselves, what markets should they be in? What sales strategies should they be starting to execute? They're hungry for more customers, they're looking to sell more, and they're willing to experiment with new sales strategies to do that. Wholesale is the key growth strategy for these merchants. All right, so what is wholesale exactly? Well, we all know that it's about the selling of goods in large quantities so that it can be retailed by others. And we know that it's just a subset of the overall B2B market. But what's really important for us to understand are the underlying workflows that are involved in selling wholesale, how those differ from retail workflows, and moreover, how the channel is going to help enable you to sell that value to your clients. Forrester estimates that by 2020, the B2B market is going to be valued at just over $9 trillion. So that's a pretty phenomenal number. But what's even more interesting is that only a fraction of that is going to be online. So the interesting part for us in this room is that many of your clients then perhaps are already selling wholesale on tools that you don't even know about because they're offline and they're outside of Shopify. So here's the opportunity. Here's the opportunity for us to work together to take those brands and bring them into the digital age, to shift them off their paper offline workflows and bring them into online channels. So wholesale today can be hard. It's traditionally done offline workflows. Oftentimes, wholesalers will have discounts, managed price lists, and large volumes of product SKUs that they're managing across line sheets and spreadsheets. Managing relationships between wholesalers and buyers is a big part of what wholesale is all about. So wholesalers end up spending a large portion of their day on the phone, in email, taking and managing those orders. The truth is that Shopify hasn't really made this much less difficult to date. Some merchants have chosen to capture their wholesale orders using draft orders, but this sometimes can be a timely process given the large volume of products that they need to enter into the draft order. Conversely, other merchants have chosen to spin up clone stores to manage the wholesale arm of their business, but this leads to having to manage 2 stores, 2 sets of products, and so on. Well, I'm pleased to announce that now Shopify Plus offers an integrated wholesale solution. This means you're going to enable your clients to experiment with new areas of growth, and at the same time, you're going to be able to support your clients who are existing wholesalers and allowing them to scale with little additional effort on your part. All right, so the wholesale channel has 3 core value propositions that we're going to go over, and these are going to form the basis for how you position it with your clients. Everybody paying attention? This is the good part. All right. The first is that you're going to enable growth quickly. Remember, we're targeting those expanding merchants, those who are looking to experiment and go to market quick. That's why we've designed from the ground up a world-class experience that's optimized for wholesale buyers. We know that it's different from traditional workflows in retail, and the channel comes with an online store that we have specifically designed for these use cases. You're going to be able to offer your clients this value with speed and ease. You're still going to be able to offer a customized store so that that wholesale arm can stay on brand, but you're going to be able to deliver it much quicker without the need for theme or snippet customizations. You can set them up in the morning and have them selling wholesale by the afternoon. The second is that the channel supports a variety of pricing strategies. Unlike other non-Shopify offerings on the market, the online store is more than just a glossy catalog of products. Rather, it's a place where buyers can log in to see specific prices and specific products. And that really gets to the heart of wholesale, right? It's about executing specific sales strategies and pricing strategies for different target buyers. For example, you might have a brand who's just starting to experiment with wholesale, so they may choose to offer a blanket 10% discount to all their buyers across all of their products in their shop. Contrast that to more experienced wholesalers who have volume-based price breaks, in addition to certain pricing strategies, tiered pricing strategies across their buyers. For example, bronze, silver, and gold level pricing. You can see how pricing strategies might quickly become complex, but the channel can handle it all, from those who are just experimenting all the way through to very complex pricing strategies. The third and final value proposition is its integrated support for the wholesale workflows. Really, the value of offering any wholesale capabilities is only going to be realized if those resulting workflows are made more streamlined and more efficient. And that's what we've done here. Because it's integrated, wholesalers can streamline their entire order management process. So pricing strategies, orders, and buyer accounts are all managed in a single place within Shopify. The channel uses the earlier announced draft order API. So that means that buyer orders are automatically surfaced alongside retail orders, and they're going to be able to be reviewed and adjusted as necessary before wholesalers go ahead and invoice their buyers. The resulting order status and details are also accessible from the store itself, so buyers can keep informed automatically of order updates. So we've been lucky enough to work with some pretty amazing brands as we've brought this channel to market. And I wanted to just take a couple of minutes to share the story of Elephant Pants, as they're a great example of expansion through wholesale. So Elephant Pants started in 2014 when the two co-founders returned from a trip to Africa, determined to put an end to the exploitation of elephants. They had a plan, and it was pretty simple. Pants. Pants. but not just any pants. The most comfortable pants you ever put on. Soon after, Elephant Pants was born, and since they have sold over 400,000 pairs of pants and raised over $100,000 for charities and organizations dedicated to saving elephants. So while Elephant Pants has been on Shopify since the beginning, in the early days, they actually attempted to migrate off the platform. At the time, they were already thinking ahead to Wholesale. We didn't have Wholesale capabilities, so they wanted to look elsewhere. But soon after, they returned back to the platform, realizing that we were still the superior offering. When we reached out then in late 2016 to see if they would be interested in helping us test out and bring this channel to market, they jumped at the chance. In a few short months, Wholesale has become a vibrant and still growing part of their business. All right, let's dive into a demo so you can see how this works a little bit more in action. Let's say I'm the e-commerce manager of the Wholesale arm of Titan Sports Apparel. So we sell squash apparel and accessories. I'm looking to take that business online, and I'm gonna go ahead and set up my shop. So when I do, remember, the majority of the heavy lifting has already been done for me I've got an online store ready to go. But through a few key settings, I can go ahead and make sure that that store is on brand. I can add a logo, I can pick an accent color to align to my retail brand, and also I can add a splash image to really offer a high-end buyer experience upon login. Now that I've done that, I'm gonna go ahead and set up my price list so that my Wholesale VIP buyers get early access to my squash merchandise. Having these buyers have access is as easy as tagging them within Shopify and then adding those tags here. That means these buyers are going to have access to any products that I go ahead and add to this price list. I'm gonna go ahead and choose a shirt, a couple of super cool wristbands, awesome on the court, and now they've been added to my pricing table. Here's where I can go ahead and specify minimum order quantities, volume breaks, and any other discounting strategies I need. The table has been optimized for quick data entry, so it's gonna feel very comfortable, and I'm used to this because I've been currently operating in spreadsheets. Once I go ahead and specify all my content and set my variant prices, I simply save and I'm ready to go. Now we can flip over, in a second we can flip over, Now we can flip over to the buyer experience. So now as a buyer, I would have already received an invitation from Titan Sports Apparel to go ahead and sign up, offer a password for their new Wholesale shop. So I go ahead and specify my details and log in. And once I do log in, I now have access to those products that were specified within that price list. I go ahead and choose a product. Here I can see the volume breaks and the pricing discounts across the variants for this product. As I add them to my draft order, I can see that the price, the updated total changes based on those volume breaks. I can go ahead and review my order before I'm ready to submit, making any changes that I might have. Now that I've submitted the order, flipping back as the e-com manager, I see that order come in alongside the rest of my orders. I see that perhaps for one of these items, I don't quite have enough inventory on hand. No sweat. I simply update that, the inventory numbers, maybe add a shipping cost, and then I'm ready to dance. Awesome. I've always wanted a theme song. Now I have a theme snippet. It's great. Now I can go ahead, once I've specified those details, I can go ahead and invoice my Wholesale buyers. So that's it. That is now the first step in us being able to enable you, enable your clients to be able to do wholesale. Another opportunity for growth and scale and value for you, for Shopify, and for our clients. I think I will leave you with a couple of resources. There's help documentation. We do have a landing page available for us. Myself, the rest of my colleagues, we're going to be around for the next couple of days. I do welcome you to come up, ask any questions. Let's talk, let's have conversations, and let's make this happen. Thanks so much.